Singapore, let's play!
Singapore, let's play!
Singapore, let's play!
Singapore, let's play!
Singapore, let's play.
Singapore, let's play!
Good evening and welcome to the Indian Association Cricket Ground. It's time for T20 action in this Mariners EPS 2019. The three teams, SG Stars, SG Crimsons and SG Crescents will be battling it out. And today in the curtain raiser, the SG Stars will be facing the SG Crimsons. If you're anywhere nearby, Balestier Road, please come down and watch the live action. It's a beautiful day under lights here for a game of cricket. Let's have a look at the wicket on which the game is going to take place. It's a typical Indian Association wicket. I think it's going to play consistently throughout the 40 overs. There's a bit of cracks, but nothing to worry. Under the lights, it will help the new ball bowlers in the first 5 to 6 overs. But if you're a batsman and if you're willing to invest patiently, it'll give you the results. It'll also offer a bit of assistance for the spinners later on. But all in all, I think the team winning the toss might be looking to bat first. We'll join you shortly with the toss. Captains over here. Who's the home team? Okay, home team over there. Calling team over here. Tails. Particular reason?
I think it's called the ball later on the spinners it's harder to score later.
2 wins out of 2 in the 50 over league. Any changes to the setup?
Yeah, quite a few. I think we've got Santosh playing instead of Aman Desai, looking for him to open the batting and score quickly. We've got Yusuf back in. Avi Dixit, the other pace bowler, comes in, and the side remains the same.
What are you looking to get on this wicket first?
We're looking for somewhere around 170 to 200, something around those lines.
Good luck for the game.
Thank you.
Carabo, what would you have done in the toss?
I think I would have looked to bat today. Yeah.
The Crimsons are a dangerous side, looking for the first win. Any changes to your side?
Yes, from the previous side, we have Vinod back, the left arm spinner, and Rohan is back as well at the top of the order. Yes, it's a new competition today, the T20, so hopefully we get a fresh start and look to get a win under our belt. Yeah.
What are you looking to restrict the Stars to?
Looking at the deck, I think about 140 might be par, 130, 140. So if we can do less than that, to keep it a runner ball, I think we'll do well.
Good luck for the game.
Thank you very much.
There you have it. The Stars have won the toss and elected to have a bat. We'll join you shortly with the live commentary.
Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play.
Singapore, let's play!
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 play.
Singapore, let's play!
Good evening, Mohan. Welcome to the Combox.
Thanks, Jamal. Great to be here.
It's a wonderful evening for the kick-off curtain raiser of the T20 leg of this Mariners EPS 2019. What do you think about the lights and the facilities?
Absolutely fantastic. I watched this ground evolve over years. I couldn't wait to see the floodlights come on, Jamal, and you know, it was coming to be dusk, and all of a sudden when the lights went on, absolutely stunning spectacle. And great to see players in colored clothing, under the lights, white ball cricket. I think great advertisement for cricket in general for Singapore. Fantastic to see this.
Yeah, it's the absolute platform for national selection, and with the coming in of regional and international stars, definitely a very good level of cricket, and also good exposure for the youngsters in the representative and age group categories to mingle with these players and really learn the craft.
Absolutely. I think nothing like playing with top class players to get genuine match practice and hone their skills. So I think I can see players of diverse nationalities all around me. And really it can't get any better for cricket in Singapore. Like I said, it's a great advertisement, and hopefully we'll throw up players of genuine international quality with more of these tournaments.
Yes, we have Malaysia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Uganda, England, Pakistan, all represented in this version of the EPS, Mariners EPS 2019. And once again, also a big shout out and thanks to the sponsors, the Mariners, without which this type of event is not going to be possible.
Absolutely. As I said, I saw some genuine quality. The last time I saw one of these games, I don't remember the name of the player, but I could sense that he was clocking at least 140K. Really quick with a run-up almost from the boundary line. And it was a while since I saw bowling of that speed and that quality. So clearly, it's a notch above what we've seen lately. And that's great for Singapore cricket.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Husnain Shah from Pakistan. Speaking about Pakistani bowlers that's been terrorizing the circuit here, the late great Saad Khan Janjua here sitting next to us on the left. I think he was the last man to send them down 145 plus on IA wicket, I remember.
Yeah, look, I haven't seen Saad at his peak, but even when he was past his prime, I could see he was hurrying batsmen up, and doesn't take long, just one look at his physique, and you know why there are so many quick bowlers from Pakistan. Talking of which, I think the IA ground has a little bit of history to it. I think it's seen some great international players in the past. I've seen players like Jayasurya batting here, Russell Arnold, Sean Tate, Shoaib Akhtar. So it's got a bit of history. I don't know how many people know, but the club stone was laid by the great Pandit Nehru. So it's got great players, it's got some history, and it's great to see it evolve, and hope it goes from strength to strength.
Yes, the Singapore Cricket Association right now putting in the lights in this IA facility here at Balestier. Certainly it's becoming the bedrock of Singapore cricket. I think it's a great opportunity for the youngsters to play under lights, play with top quality opposition and teammates with international level balls, and really get the feel, at an early age. So that would really prepare them in good stead for their future.
Absolutely, it's a reality. I think T20 cricket, white ball cricket, cricket under the lights, these are conditions and games under which all players need genuine match practice. And like I said, it's going to be great fun. I think it's going to be really good fun to watch this game and the other games as we go along.
Yes, it's been the vision of this EPS to groom the future generation for Singapore and give them that much needed exposure to play at a high quality level. and that way they would graduate more easily when they come through the ranks, and as Singapore cricket itself graduates to probably playing T20 World Cups in the future.
Yeah, I saw some familiar names moving around, but I can't wait to see the youngsters and see how well they perform. And I can see them practicing off and on the IA grounds, and they practice power hitting. They hit beautifully, they hit long, they catch well, they bowl quick. I think it's going to be great fun.
And already two youngsters making a mark. Aditya Malik plays his cricket for the cricket club, and young Ahanacha, the left-arm orthodox bowler, and also the wicketkeeper for the Crimsons, young Utsav. I've been really impressed with how these kids have grabbed the opportunity with both hands, and they've felt comfortable in this ecosystem. We are about to go live. Chafara Tingwara there from Zimbabwe. It's the Zimbabwe international, most likely to be taking the new ball. The Crimsons today led by Karabo Motlanka, the Botswana captain, in the absence of young Janak Prakash, who's been excused for national service duties. So let's see which end they choose to start proceedings. It's a hub of activity down here at the Indian Association Cricket Ground. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're anywhere nearby, do come down to watch the live cricket. We're going to have some great action. And I think later in the day, Usnain Shah is going to be sending them down 140 plus.
Does he open the bowling for Stars?
Yes, I think if things go as per norm, he should be scheduled to open the bowling. But you never know, depending on the match situation. Person might think otherwise. But I think he's a threat, both with the new ball and the slightly older ball as well. He's a master of his craft. So Crimsons has a few additions to their side. Chetan Suryavanshi joining the team. He plays his cricket here at the Indian Association, so he should be familiar with the conditions.
I remember Chetan as a youngster coming into Singapore many years ago, and he would hit the ball to the road every now and then. The powerful striker of the ball, and good to see him still going strong.
And the two openers for SG Stars looks like Gontina Santosh and Arjun Mutreja. Arjun Mutreja fresh from a brilliant 100 in the 50 over leg of the EPS. Got a good 106 of 111 balls. Bowling attack. So he should be taking that confidence on. But this is cricket. It's a new day. Crimsons are looking for their first victory. Stars already have 2 of 2 in the 50 over version. But once again, like I said, it's a new day. It's a T20 format. And the Crimsons are a dangerous side. Arjun Muteja marking his guard. Looks like he'll be taking strike. Tafara Chingwara will be opening the bowling from the Serangoon Road end. Karabo Motlanka there at mid-off, skippering the side today. That itself is a fascinating aspect here. Cricket tournament in Singapore, captained by a Botswanian, and to open the bowling is a Zimbabwean. Diversity, I guess.
Reminds me of the IPL games that are soon scheduled to start in India. That's what it's all about. People from diverse nationalities playing together makes for such great cricket.
Tafara starts off slightly wide outside the off stump. Arjun Muteja just sinks his teeth into it. Excellent cover drive, 4 runs.
I thought that was absolutely effortless, Chamal. just leaned into it, caressed the ball into the gap, and he looks like a high-quality player already.
Good batsman, very fit batsman. Good young cricketer. Tafara Chingwara be looking to adjust to that radar straight away.
Bowler obviously didn't like being hit through the covers like that first ball, so that's the retaliation. Short, quick, hurrying Mutreja a bit, but he played it well and did well to keep it down.
A good comeback by Tafara. Brings a lot of energy to this Crimson side. Never says die, always gives 100% to the unit. Good fighter. Looks like a little top edge. Oh, it's by signal. Tafara Chingwara getting the ball to lift off this IA deck. That one beating the outside edge. The wicket keeper looked like he's wearing cement boots. The youngster, well, he'll have to adjust himself too. This is good pace. Good comeback again. Tafi really bending his back on this deck.
Treja taking advantage of that warm-up delivery first ball, but since then, the bowlers kept it tight. Lovely length, hasn't given any room whatsoever to Mutreja to free his arms as he did at the first ball.
And there you go. That's the wicket. What a magnificent delivery. Hit the deck hard, cramped Mutreja for room, got the outside edge, and the wicket keeper seemed to have snuffled that.
That was class ace bowling for you.
Well, this is a good battle here. Tafara Chingwara coming on top, really hitting the deck and getting the ball to lift. Arjun did not know much about that one.
What he did after getting out is what he should have actually done, dropped his wrists and let that one go. But the length was so good, he had no option but to glove it to the wicketkeeper. Fantastic fast bowling already on side at the IA.
Crimsons are fired up here. They're looking for their win. Aditya Malik, the second centurion from the first EPS 50 over match. Also from the Stars, coming in at number 3. Once again, a good, patient, elegant, tall, right-handed batsman. Let's see what Tafara has in store for him.
The bowler's really steaming in now, and Chamali probably could the length and the line he's bowling right now probably could do with a forward short leg, because he's getting the batsman on the back foot. The batsman are more or less gloving the ball. He could well do with an extra fielder, because there's nothing like taking wickets in a 2020 game to really put the opposition on the back foot.
Young Pramesh there, deep fine leg, fielding. Under 17 captain of the Southeast Sharks. That's another initiative by the Singapore Cricket Association. The T10 development squads for under 17s as well as the under 14s. So that feeds the pipeline through the academy and up the age groups towards this EPS platform. Looks like Chetan Suryavanshi coming in from the Balestier Road end. Full wide down, 5 wides to begin with. I don't think the captain will be too pleased. It has been a long time since I've seen Chetan take the ball run in and bowl. To be honest, he was much lighter in the weighing scales back then, and he was quite quick.
But a seasoned campaigner, and Chetan can pull a surprise or two.
Absolutely, he's a wily cricketer, very experienced, and knows this track like the back of his hand. Plays all his cricket here at the IA. At the end of the first over, SG Stars 10 for the loss of 1 wicket. That's a beautiful shot. Full wide. Aditya Malik just leans into it and sends it through the extra cover region for a 4.
Nice friendly half volley outside the off stump, just inviting the cover drive. The batsman obliges.
Looks like the keeper is going to be up to the stump straight away. Might be well advised to get his helmet on. Looks like that's happening as we speak.
Not really surprised, Jamal, because the difference in pace is so stark. Chetan and Tafara from the other side.
I mean, 2020 has really changed the way cricket's played. There's no more room for looseners and warm-up deliveries. You've got to be on the money from the first ball, otherwise you'll be made to pay. Crimson, especially when they're looking for their first win, would want their senior players to put their hands up and turn up to the park today. Cut away to deep third man. Good bit of fielding there, keeps it to a single. That brings Gontina Santosh to strike. A dashing batsman. He had,
I think Jamal 15 for 1 or 1.3 is a fairly decent start. What the batsman will like, I suspect.
he's bowled him. Gontina Santosh didn't know much about that one. Jacked back in. Hits the top of off.
And there you go, Chetan, with all his experience and such a wily cricketer, that I think the ball probably cut back just a little bit and came through the gate. Batsman ever so late on the ball, and that's all it took. Second wicket down and seriously under pressure now.
Yes, what a difference one delivery makes. At the end of the first over, they were 15 for 1. They would have been quite happy with that, with the loss of the second wicket. Crimsons will be very pleased with that. That's a poor shot, to be honest. I mean, that ball did not deserve a wicket. And Gontina Santosh has made an absolute meal out of that delivery.
I think he'll be disappointed with that. He should have played it straight. I thought the bat came at a strange angle. Don't really know what he was trying to do there. He was neither trying to block it, nor was he trying to play an aggressive shot. Ended up somewhere in between and paid the price.
Yeah, the screen read Sithit Shinde, but I think it might be Husnain Shah looking by the traps on the back there. The Pakistani quick. I'm pretty sure that's not Shinde. It looks like Husnain Shah. Yeah, it is. He's an attacking batsman. Stars are looking for some quick runs here. Chetan keeping it outside the off with the ring back there. Good bit of keeping.
And his confidence is up now. You can suddenly see a spring in Chetan's step. Pace might have gone up a little bit as well. There's nothing to bolster a bowler's confidence than a wicket. So you can see Chetan steaming in.
There you go, Husnain Shah. Let's put the left foot out of the way and used a good 9-iron to send it over deep mid-wicket. Couple of bounces into the boundary. SG Stars 19 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of the second over. Yeah, the Stars wouldn't mind this, except for the loss of the 2 wickets. They're going at a great run rate. Crimsons would feel that if they get 1 more wicket here, and in particular Aditya Malik, then they're in a good position to control the Stars innings.
I really can't wait to see more of this bowler now, Jamal. Such an exciting bowler to watch. Here he goes. And once again, all that the batsman can do is block it. I think out of the 7 deliveries so far, Chingwara has sent down, 6 of them have been dot balls, apart from that 1 boundary that Arjun hit at the first ball. He's kept it tight, he's bowling at great length, and he's hurrying the batsman.
He looks like a real athlete, especially that smooth run-up, almost like a Curtly Ambrose run-up when he gets to the crease. Aditya Malik glides it to third man for a single to get Hosnain Shah on strike.
It's a good thing that the Stars have a left-right combination right now. Always difficult for bowlers to adjust to beg your pardon, it's not yet the left-hander in, so it's still his name.
There's another quick delivery by Tafara Chingwara. He's really bending his back here. I'm telling you, he's making it to the high mid-30s.
And this should be fun, Jamal, because Hosnain Shah obviously is not one to hang around and waste too much time. He likes to have a go.
Absolutely.
And, this should be. You can obviously you can expect a few edges flying here and there.
Yeah, he's been sent in to do a job for the Stars. That's to get a few quick runs.
There we go.
What a magnificent hoik that was. Back over mid-off.
That's exactly the kind of edge I was waiting for. As I said, the ball is being pitched slightly short of a length. Hosnain Shah is having to go. It's just a matter of time before the top pitch comes in. Right away it went straight over fine leg.
I tell you, I'm a real big fan of this youngster, Hosnain Shah. He's not going to die wandering. He's going to really give it a go, whether he's bowling or he's batting or he's fielding. Gives it absolute 100%. This is great fun here. Magnificent shot. Hosnain Shah is lighting up the IEA ground here. Backed away, cut over point, 4 runs.
I think the bowler making that one big error of giving the batsman room outside the off stump, and that's all he needed.
Hosnain Shah is also representing the Lahore Qalandars PSL side. And against in Australia, he's really given it a tonk as well. He's a fearless cricketer and he's really putting it on display. This is exciting cricket. If you're anywhere nearby, don't miss out the opportunity to watch this live. Fantastic action.
He's already on 12 of 5 balls, and here he goes.
This time punted away to extra cover. No single. That's the end of the 3rd over. Stars are 28 for the loss of 2 wickets.
And Jamal Hosnain Shah looks the kind of player who doesn't believe in blocking the ball at all. I think he knows only one way, and that's to try and hit every ball to the boundary. That's exactly what he's been trying so far.
And if he can have results like that, I see no reason why he should be blocking them. I think he's here to runs for the Stars, and he's doing the job for his captain. 12 off 6. And there's a change in the bowling. It looks like Kenneth Waiswa, the Ugandan international, very experienced cricketer.
Jamal, not quite sure why Chetan took the new ball and bowled 1 over, but either it was a stroke of genius or just pure luck, but he got that 1 wicket. And now he's got Vaisva from the pavilion end.
Vaisva to Malik. Oh, that looked pretty adjacent. He's gone straight away. Kenneth Vaisva has struck. Yes, that looked pretty plump.
Absolutely. I think Vaisva did the right thing, pitching the ball up straight. You miss, I hit. That's exactly what happened. That was heading for the middle stump, and the minute the batsman missed the ball, it was all over.
Yeah, there's a bit of late outswing as well. And once again, Karabo Motlanka bringing in the changes and getting the results. It looks to be like the bowlers are getting...
This is classic new ball bowling as well. Love to see the quick bowlers pitch the ball up. And that's exactly what Vaisva did of the first ball.
Kshitij Shinde walking in. Yes, now I think they're looking for another partnership between these two. Hosnain Shah made his Pakistan first class debut for Porter and Power Development Authority in 2017-18. So he's a quality cricketer. He's used to these standards and he's not going to shy away, and he's doing the real job for his team. Kshitij Shinde, another experienced cricketer, walks in. I think the Stars will be looking for a partnership.
Clearly the Stars under pressure. I think Kshitij will feel the pressure now. 3 wickets down in 3 overs. It's 28 runs on the board, but 3 wickets down, and then I don't know how good the batsmen are after this pair. So a lot of pressure on Kshitij because he's a recognized player, and the Stars will look to him to get a good score.
It's a very good delivery. Kenneth Vaisva steaming in. He's got his tail up. Struck with his first delivery. I tell you what, the wicket's playing beautifully. It's good carry, good bounce. It's a bit of assistance for the new ball bowlers. It'll assist the spinners later on. And the very fast outfield, really giving value for batsmen as well with their shots. No ball signaled.
I think Jamal, the bowler is getting a bit of shape. I think he's getting the ball to shape away from the batsman. It's not easy. No matter how experienced you are as a batsman, no matter how many matches you've played, it's funny what pressure does to you. You can see Kshitij a bit tentative, but the bowling really is high quality. You can see the ball move. I wouldn't have imagined the ball would move at this stage of the day, at this time of the day. But he's getting some shape there, and he's keeping it up. So this is not going to be easy for the batsman.
Spot on, Mo. Kenneth Vaisva seemed to be having a little conversation with the umpire to check on that front foot. Well, it's a free hit. Might be a good opportunity for Shinde to release those nerves. And he does so with a magnificent shot over cover. It might have gone all the way. Backed away a little. Kenneth Vaisva erring on his length, sending it a bit fuller. And Shinde was up to the task, pumped it over the cover boundary for what looked like a 6 from here. Yes, the umpire confirms it.
Oh, that's a great hit, Jamal. Kshitij showing his class. Not easy to hit the ball over covers for 6. That is a great bit of timing, I thought.
It's a great battle on here. Once again, Kenneth Vaisva getting the ball to move late. He's keeping it full.
So I think great display of fast bowling from 2 bowlers of contrasting styles. I think Chingwara from there was quick, hitting the deck, and here is a bowler who's letting it go and let it move in the air, pitching it up to the batsman. So great display of quality fast bowling.
Once again, slightly wide, glided pass backward point by Shinde to the boundary. Elegant looking shot there. Good effort at backward point, but he couldn't cut off the boundary.
So 39 for 3 of 3.5. So they're going at a good clip. The run rate is clearly touching the 10 run per over mark, but they've lost 3 wickets, so a long way to go. Important that they keep wickets in hand, because even if you have the last 10 overs with wickets in hand, you can really up the ante.
Once again, it looks almost like a replay. Outside off, swinging away. Shinde leaning into it and sends it past backward point for an elegant boundary.
I think Chamal Vaiswal let Shinde off the hook with that no ball. And the minute he bowled that no ball, it gave Shinde a free hit. Like you said, the chance to shake away the nerves. And that hit over cover point must have given Shinde immense confidence. And you can see that in the next 2 shots.
Absolutely. And these are the little changes in momentum that can so easily go unnoticed but can make all the difference at the end of the day. So I had a little opportunity to speak to the skipper of the SG Stars, Reza Ghaznavi, and he said they were looking for around 180 plus. I think the way they are going, they have wickets in hand. They could certainly get to that total, but it would be interesting when the spin comes on, how they play it. And as we speak, we might be seeing the first change from the Serangoon Road end. Vinod Bhaskaran bowls a very tight left arm orthodox, doesn't give much away.
I think this will be great fun, because I don't think Hussain is going to do anything but start to blast away from ball 1. I mean, my bet is going to go straight for the bowling from the very first ball. So it's going to be great fun, very exciting to watch. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, Hussain Shah looks like he's out for a round of golf and he only bought 1 club. He's going to be driving all the way. And seems very effective up until now, so no reason to change.
I'd be very keen to see if Vinod has the guts to give the ball a bit of air. Because unless you give the ball air, you can't get turned and you can't buy the wicket, but you could also get hit out of the park. Interesting to see what he does and how he starts off.
Also seemed to be a mix-up. Almost a run out, but the batsmen have recovered in time. Yeah, Vinod Bhaskaran bowls a lot of arm balls. He might turn 1 or 2, but still the ball only being 4 overs old, he will look to keep it tight. He bowls a rather flat trajectory. Oh, that beats everyone. Through the keeper. I think that should be 4 byes, indeed, 4 byes signal.
And really, Chamal, you can see it, and that's the way to get wickets, because had the line been a little better, it could have gone on to hit the stumps, and the bowler knows it.
Hussain Shah was aiming for the convention center. Had he connected, it would have gotten there. Once again, another educated inside edge, goes to short fine leg, and advice for doing the tidying up.
Kshitij is 14 of 6 and looking good. And by far between the two, he's the more technically correct batsman for sure. So I think these guys should look to have Kshitij till the last over and at least hold one end up and get the 1s and 2s as well, and not just look for the big hits. That would be key to SG Stars getting a reasonable total on board.
That's smart batting, nudged away for a single. Yes, I think it'll be very interesting to see how this pair progresses with this partnership. There's still 1.3 overs remaining in the power play with only 2 fielders outside. So I think that's where Husnain Shah is looking to capitalize and score the boundaries. And Shinde seems to be more than content with rotating the strike and getting him on the batting end. Seems to have rid himself of the protective headgear that would give him a clearer sight of that white ball. This is looking very interesting. He's punted it back to long off. Tafara Chingwara fumbles it. And the batsman settled for a single.
So Husnain Shah has such an unorthodox way of playing. It can unsettle bowlers. Pulls out shots that are not in the book. The last one was an example. Somehow got it to long off. And not easy to bowl to a batsman as unorthodox as Husnain Shah. And by contrast, Kshitij playing orthodox cricket.
That was a good delivery there by Vinod Bhaskaran, tucking him up for room. Ends the over with a dot ball. SG Stars 50 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 5 overs, going at 10 runs an over.
The scorecard doesn't make for pretty reading. I think the top 3 going for less than 10. It's just beginning to settle in with the advent of Kshitij and Husnain.
Yeah, the top 3 would be disappointed. But there was some very good bowling. Tafara Chingwara, aggressive, attacking first over. Then Chetan coming in, chipping in with that wicket of Santosh. And then Kenneth Weisfer striking with his first delivery. But that no ball seemed to have unsettled him a little bit. And that helped once again the Stars grab a hold of the momentum. This is such a wonderful game here. Looks like Kenneth Weisfer is going to continue from the Balestier Road end for his 3rd over. Crimson's looking for that extra wicket. Oh, that's an expert change of pace. Weisfer rolling his fingers over, rolling a little leg cutter. And he's asking the umpire, how's that front foot, man?
Husnain Shah looking to back away and hit the ball over cover. And straight away the bowler making the adjustment and sending the fielder slightly deeper on the offside.
That's hit high into the night sky.
Exactly that fielder.
And mid-off, trotting back, settles underneath it. Vinod Bhaskaran takes a very good catch. That was a good bit of bowling. Changed the pace. And a very good bit of fielding there. Crimsons are pulling this one back.
Good bowling, good catching and good captaincy, I'd say, because just the previous ball, they pushed the fielder back to exactly that position, and guess what? Next ball straight up in the air, because I thought the bowler observed the batsman backing off, making room, trying to hit him over the top of extra cover, and prepared for that, and the batsman played into the bowler's hands. So good bit of thinking by the bowler and the captain.
Yes, the Stars seem to be missing a little trick here. They would be happy with the number of runs on the board, but they certainly would not be happy with the number of wickets they've lost. Husnain Shah, well, he's read the brief. His job was to go for the runs, and once again a good catch there. Vinod Bhaskaran settling underneath it. Yeah, I mean, he's done his job for the side. Now it will be up to the regular batsman, and looks like young Siddhant Singh, under 19 player. Good cricketer, good aggressive medium pacer, good batsman. He's walked out to the middle. I'm a bit surprised not to see the skipper Reza Ghaznavi walk in here. Thought he might have wanted to come down and control the innings from the middle. They seem to be holding him back to bat the back 10. The Stars need a partnership. Shinde will be crucial for getting this innings to a defendable target.
That kept a little low, and Shinde did well to come down quickly and jam him down on that one. So yeah, you're right, Jamal. I think Shinde needs to be there till the end. I think Reza is a fantastic batsman as well, and if he's still in the hut, yet to come out, I think he's a terrific player. I've seen him get 100 in IA a few years ago. Didn't put a foot wrong, got everything off the middle of the bat. So he's a high quality player as well. But yeah, 4 wickets down in 5.3 overs. I would say Crimsons has the edge over the Stars at this stage of the game.
Once again guided to deep third man. Kenneth Weiswer seemed to have assessed the conditions pretty well and now more content with bowling leg cutters and off cutters instead of giving the batsman any sort of pace to work with.
And I think that's where Hussain got it wrong, because the bowler didn't have the pace for the batsman to hit it the way he did. He had to do all the work because there was absolutely no pace on the ball. It went straight up in the air, and pretty good thinking by the bowler, I thought.
Great opportunity here for young Siddhant Singh. Should be a wide, or looks like it's touched some part of the batsman's padding. Not signalled by the umpire.
And you could see there that the bowler was trying to crank it up a little bit and immediately lost control and bowled it down the leg side. Gave the batting side a wide. Extra run, extra delivery, not done in a 2020 game.
Once again, played to covers. Top ball to finish off the 6th over. The Stars are 51 for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of the 6th over power play.
And that's a pretty weak scorecard for you. It's going to take a lot of doing by the last 6 batsmen to get to a decent total. I think anything less than 150 on a track like this, Jamal, should be gettable, and the opposition would be glad to give them a score like that. 50 for 4, a lot of work to be done.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's vital in any form of cricket, and in particular in T20s, that those in the side, especially batsmen, do a majority of the batting. And if you have the top 5 back in the hut, or top 4 back in the hut before the end of the 6th over, that leaves a lot of work to be done by the middle and lower middle orders. So it will definitely have an effect. But Shinde, I think, here should be looking to bat deep into this innings. Ooh, there's a bit of an appeal there. Vinod Bhaskaran, very optimistic. Didn't get much support from the keeper. I tell you what, it wasn't a bad shout. Looked like it might have had a little bit of inside edge that saved Shinde over there. Tucks it away to backward square leg for a single. This is good batting.
I think Shinde has realized that it's important he stays in there as long as possible. Good to see him put his head down and get the 1s and 2s, because T20 cricket is not only about hitting those long 6s.
Spot on more. We need to control the innings. Siddhant Singh tucks it again, back to fine leg. Kenneth Weiswer there doing the fielding, almost makes a meal out of it, manages to keep it down to 2 runs.
can see that the minute the Crimsons have got the wickets, the batting side is under pressure. They're not able to go for their shots. And as they say, the best way to keep the scoring rate down is to take wickets. It's exactly what the Crimsons have done.
Once again, Vinod Bhaskaran keeping it tight, good bit of fielding there. Short third man. Yes, the Stars innings have almost started at a disco tempo, and now we've come down to a waltz. I'm sure they'll be looking to preserve those wickets so they can raise the tempo towards the end. But Vinod Bhaskaran doing a very tidy job for his captain and the Crimsons here.
It's also the time for the Crimsons to get through 3 or 4 overs quickly from their second and third or fourth bowlers, so that they can bring their top line bowlers back towards the end.
Good run scampered through there to short third man. And at the end of 7 overs, Stars are 55 for the loss of 4 wickets. I'm wondering whether there's an injury to Reza Desnari, or is it a tactical decision to keep him back? Either way, 2 men in the middle, Kshitij Shinde and Siddhant Singh, have to do the job for the Stars. They'll be looking to bat for at least another 6 to 7 overs.
And it looks as though the bowling side is continuing with Kenneth Weiswa. They're not trying to preserve him for the end overs. I think they're trying to bowl him through, because he has got onto a nice little rhythm. And if he can pick up 2 or 3 wickets now, or at least a couple of wickets in the next 2 overs, that'll be good for the bowling side, for the Crimsons.
Yes, apart from the 3 deliveries which costed him 14 runs, and the rest of the 2 overs he's just given away 2. So, yeah, they're looking for another wicket through him. Punched away, running the first one very hard. That's a good bit of fielding at long off by Vinod Bhaskaran, and a good bit of running too by the batsman there. Good cricket all round.
And if you notice, Jamal, I think the outfield is lightning quick. The ball is really travelling, and batsmen getting very good value for their shots.
Yes, it hasn't been raining in Singapore, so we have a slightly parched outfield. The groundsman, Mahesh Kumar in particular, the head of facilities, doing a great job to have the pitch and the outfield in good conditions for this game. That's a wide down the leg side. Kenneth Weiswa and the Crimsons would not be pleased. Be interesting to see who they bring on from the Balestier Road end after this.
And Weiswa has got 2 for 19 of 2.1. I think he bowled that no ball and got hit over covers by Kshitij in the beginning. If you take away those balls, it's been an exceptionally tight spell, but every now and again he does go outside the leg stump and gives it a needless runs and needless extra deliveries. Obviously, needed to work on for it.
Yes, that no ball free hit, and then the delivery immediately after that, which went for 6, and then the 2 following deliveries went for 2 boundaries. So yes, 15 runs there, and then he's given about 3 other extras. So apart from that, all his deliveries have been dot balls, but he certainly wouldn't be wanting to give away these easy extras. He's bowled him. Kenneth Weiswa struck the timber.
And exactly as the Crimsons wanted, I think they persisted with their attacking bowler and try and get wickets. And that's exactly what Weiswa has done. And he's always likely to get wickets because he lets the ball go, he keeps it up, and always has a chance of picking up wickets. So fantastic bowling.
And if you see with this delivery in particular, he seemed to have bent his back a bit more and really pushed it through. That's a magnificent outswinger. I think you'll be in very good form if you get any timber on such deliveries. laid out swing. Great delivery. Reza Ghaznavi, the captain of the Stars, walking into the center with his team in a slight spot of bother. 59 for the loss of 5.
This will really test Reza, and it'll be a great contest. Really high quality class player against a bowler whose confidence is high. He's taken 3 wickets and will be really steaming in, and this should be really riveting to watch.
It'll be very interesting to see the first ball he bowls to Reza. And I can't say this enough for the youngsters watching this telecast at home. Had an opportunity to speak to the great Clive Lloyd when he was here in Singapore, and he captained 4 of the greatest fast bowlers the world has seen. And one of the things that he used to emphasize on was a good first ball. Those West Indian quicks did not need a second invitation. Kenneth Weiss were here doing a job for the Crimsons. Taken 3 scalps for 20.
Let's see, Jamal, is it going to be a good first ball or not?
They might have even had a slip in there with a bit of swing he's getting. Let's see. Kenneth Weiss were looking for that magic delivery that swings from outside leg. I think it's fair to say he was being a bit greedy. In the process, he has given away another wide.
And I really like the length he's bowling. Really pitching it up. Haven't seen a single short ball from him. And display of really high quality seam bowling.
Ooh, that's the outside edge. Goes for 4. Reza Ghaznavi will be finding himself a bit lucky, but the Stars will take that.
And I think for a bowler of Vaisba's pace, a gully would be a slightly better bet than a slip, because the edges tend to be a little thicker, because it's not as quick as Chingwara. But you're right, a fielder behind the stumps would have been just right.
In T20, the solitary slips that they tend to employ tend to stand towards second. If you see where that ball passed through, was there. Also because he bowls a slightly fuller length, a first or a second slip would be in position to sort of snatch those catches. Chingwara, beg your pardon, Kenneth Weiss were. It's Reza on the pads, no run there.
And I think, Jamal, just 1 wicket from here. It's 54 for 5. If it's around 60 for 6, I think SG Stars will be well and truly on the back foot, and Crimson's right on top.
Yeah, I mean, this is the key partnership. SG Stars right now 64 for 5. These 2 batsmen will have to take it to the end or very near to the end. They are to be anywhere near competitive in this innings. Reza behind that one solidly. Plays it to covers. No run.
And right now the Crimsons are all over the SG Stars.
It's great intensity here. The cover ring seems to be chirping away. You could also see the Crimson's coach, Arjun Menon, busily walking around. Always an active figure. It's a good delivery once again. I would really have a slip with the Stars 64 for 5. I see no reason why there should be another fielder at backward square leg instead of in that slip cordon, in particular when Kenneth Weiss is moving it away so beautifully. There you have it. After the end of 8 overs, the Stars are 65 for the loss of 5 wickets. Aditya Rangaraj, the Botswana international, still in the hut, can bat a bit for the Stars. But this pair would ideally have to do a majority of the work. 12 overs remaining, that's a long way to go in T20. Seems to be another bowling change from the Serangoon Road end. Looks like young Rohan Rangaraj, off spinner who also plays his club cricket here at IA, so he's very familiar with these conditions.
And a very promising bat as well. I've seen Rohan bat once or twice. Very fluent.
A good confident youngster, good batsman, good fielder, has a bullet arm. The coach tells me that he always packs heat when he's throwing it into the mint. I've been really pleased with the way that Karabo Motlanka, stand-in skipper today for the Crimsons, is also the Botswana captain, has been handling his side, and the positivity and the aggression, looking for their first win. They really come out blasting.
I'll also be interested to see, Chamal, if they continue with Vaisava from the pavilion end. He's been their wicket-taking bowler.
Yeah, I see no reason to hold one over back, especially when he's on top and while the ball is still new. The thing I can't get my head around is that why is there no slip?
And you've been proved right twice in that over.
The Crimsons would be looking for one more wicket here. Once again, it's been a very good playing surface. It's had good consistent bounce, and under the lights, the ball has assisted the new ball bowlers. And I must say, Tafara Chingwara, right at the beginning, short, aggressive at the batsman's body. He really set the tone for this Crimson's onslaught.
Nothing like a wicket in the first over to get the bowling side tail up. Pretty good start by Rohan. He's got a good field. I think he's got fielders, the traditional field at this stage of the game. A sweeper cover, man at long on, deep wicket, deep square leg.
He's tucked away onto the leg side there. Rohan Rangaraj doing the cleaning up of his own bowling. Reza Ghaznavi rotating the strike, doing what's required at the moment. I think it's crucial that he himself gets settled into this innings. Setij Shinde will be looking to bat through.
And with a field like this, the singles are always on. It's easy to get the singles and milk the bowling. That's what they should be looking to do.
It's a good delivery. Shinde looking to glide that to third man. Yes, Moi, what do you think? Do you think we should bring one more fielder in, cutting off one of those easy singles?
I would think so, Jamal, because it's time to really turn on the pressure. A wicket now can really put these guys on the back foot, especially if it's Shinde's or Reza's, because they are top order batsmen.
Setij would feel he missed out on that one. But yes, with Rohan bowling from around the wicket, it's almost an easy single given away with a completely vacant mid-wicket region. There you go, punted for one.
But a pretty good job to start with. Just 2 runs of his first over. He'll take that any day.
Absolutely. SG Stars 67 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 9 overs. 15 extras in that 67.
We haven't seen any serious big hitting yet in this game, but it's still been absorbing cricket. 2020 cricket is not just about 4s and 6s. The fielding side and the bowling side has done a great job. And that's been great to watch as well.
Yeah, that's why I really hope Reza Ghaznavi gets in. He can hit them a long way, though he's a little pocket-sized dynamo. But he hit some powerful straight shots. Young Pramesh Singhavia, under 17 cricketer. What an opportunity and platform for him to play in this EPS, showcase his talent, grab an opportunity. Oh, that looked close, but it seems to have been turned down by the umpire. It's a very good first ball there by Pramesh. Shinde there punching it to wide long off for a single. Seems to be going at almost run a ball. How crucial is it to keep rotating the strike in this type of a situation?
Absolutely, and singles are there for the taking. Fielders are all spread out. It's a good time to milk the bowling and make the most of it. It's easier to bat at a time like this for a batsman coming in.
Beautifully drilled down to wide long off again. Vinod Bhaskaran doing the duties there. Reza collects and banks a single. Kshitij Shinde piercing the gap there at backward point. Excellent shot, slightly wide, short. Pace the fries.
First 3 balls were bang on target. The minute Shinde saw a bit of room outside the off stump, that's all it took. Ball placed nicely in that gap and went all the way.
A great value for shots here at the Indian Association ground. Lightning quick outfield. Ramesh Singhavi would learn quickly. It's a much better delivery. Punch down to long off. Vinod Bhaskaran busy there. Seems to be bowling well, not giving much pace to the batsman to work with. The batsman up to the task, collected 7 runs in this over so far. Reza decides to leave that delivery. SG Stars, 74 for the loss of 5 wickets. We are at the halfway mark of this first innings at the end of 10 overs.
And good fun to watch Singhvi bowl some wrist spinners and get the ball away from the batsman. Always lovely to see a leg break bowler bowl. I wonder if he has a googly in his armory somewhere.
Yeah, he seems to have good control and is a good tall release. He's a tall young man. He works very hard on his bowling. And he also plays for the Southeast Sharks in the under-17 zonal team, captain's side. This Rohan, very accurate. Kshitij Shinde getting behind the line of that. There's an appeal from behind the stumps. And the wicket-keeper joins a long line of very optimistic wicket-keepers. That's a good delivery. Rohan Rangaraj really doing a tidy job for his captain here. Kshitij looking to be rotating the strike.
And the little poke outside the off stump towards gully or third man, that seems to be a little bit of a weak area for Kshitij. It's not the first time we've seen him miss that little attempted glide to third man.
Yeah, Rohan also seems to be getting through his overs very quickly.
I was about to say that, Jamal, very smart bowler.
Looking for a non-existent single there. This is what happens when the pressure builds up. You know, you tend to get stiff. And the Kshitij Shinde that I know would normally plant his front foot down the wicket and send that over deep mid-wicket. But right now, it looks to be a bit of a shell. 5-dot ball, so seems to be the end of the over. Has he bowled a maiden? Looks like it.
It was a terrific over by Rohan Rangarajan, I thought. 2 overs for 2 runs, and remember, this is the 11th over of the innings. Great job by the youngster.
Stars 74 for the loss of 5 wickets in 11 overs. Yasithij Shinde, the set batsman, has played 26 deliveries now for his 22. I think he'd be very disappointed playing out a maiden. It's not like that bowling deserved to be played a maiden. Had a few singles there. But he's still out there with his captain.
And I think that's important. I think Kshitij has done the right thing by preserving his wicket. So he realizes that he needs to stay till the very end.
Ramesh Singhavi. All these dot balls, 7 of which, or 8 of which have been the last. Once again, a good little leg break, good tight fielding in the covers ring. The Stars seems to be digging a hole for themselves in the middle. It's 9 dot balls in a row. And I get the feeling I'm watching a test innings.
And don't be surprised, Chamal, if the breakout shot comes all of a sudden, because when the pressure builds up like this, but the singles are not coming, batsmen tend to throw caution to the winds, charge down the track and let fly. Both these batsmen are experienced, but it tends to happen with the very best of them.
Absolutely. And I hope they don't throw their wickets away, because there's still quite a bit of time left. They just need to punch the gaps. There are many out there on the field, and keep looking for those singles. Seems to be some traffic in front of the side screen. The crowds are beginning to build here at the IA. Ramesh Singhavi are doing a really wonderful job here for the Crimsons. And these two batsmen seems to be having a plan of their own.
There you go.
The pressure has told. The dot balls has really bought Ramesh Singhavi a wicket. Excellent bowling, wicket to wicket. Reza Ghaznavi comes down the track. Up goes the head, and he's lost his timber.
You could see that coming, Chamal, isn't it? I mean, it was building up to the point where he had no choice but to come down the track and give it a go. And the accuracy of Ramesh paid off, and the pressure did it for the Crimsons. Well bowled, great bit of bowling.
Yes, I think the previous over by Rohan Rangaraj, bowling a maiden, 6 dot balls to Shinde, and then the first 3 balls of this innings by Pramesh, 3 more dot balls. The batsman really felt like he had to do something, and he really went hard at that delivery, and as a result, the Stars have lost their 6th wicket with 74 on the board. And it brings young Avi Dixit to the centre. Looks like a tall left-hand batsman. Let's see whether he can stick around there with Shinde till the end of this innings. The Stars need a partnership. They just need to bat sensibly.
And I think Avi Dixit, with his height and reach, the fact that he's a left-hander, should find the leg spin a little easier to play.
Ramesh wasting no time going around the wicket. He's been doing this really smartly, bowling wicket to wicket. Been very impressed. Excellent delivery, first up. And he also seems to be bowling at the right pace on this track, not giving anything for the batsman to work with.
Good bowling, guys.
I tell you what, the SG Stars coach Bilal Asad should be pulling his hair out in the corner, annoying him. End of 12 overs, SG Stars 74 for the loss of 6 wickets.
I think the way for SG Stars to approach the innings now is to try and get to 100 by about the 15th over, and then in the last 5 overs try and aim to get at 10 and over and get to about 150. I think that's the best they can do from the stage they are at as of now.
Rohan Rangaraj from the Serangoon Road end. Full toss, punted away to long on. Yes, I mean, if you look at this innings, at the end of the first 5 overs, they were going at 10 runs and over, even though they had lost 3 wickets. But then the next 3 wickets, that really put the brakes on the Stars' innings. And the fact that the 2 batsmen coming in really took their time in playing a lot of dot balls, have now put a lot of pressure on the remaining batsmen. And now they're in a position where they have to look to survive the 20 overs.
And look at Rohan's figures. It's 2.1 overs for 3 runs in a 20-20 game in the 13th over of the innings. That's terrific.
That's excellent bowling, and you can see the proactive captaincy. The slip is in for the new man. Punched for a single by Avi Dixit. Off the mark. And that seems to be what's required at the moment. Just hit your singles. It's been very good bowling by the Crimsons, but I must say the batting has been quite ordinary. And that's a wide. I think if not for the extras, the Stars would be in an even worse predicament than this.
Just amazing how Rohan is able to get past the outside edge of Kshitij time and again. There you go.
Shinde might need a wider bat. I'm amazed watching him play. Tucked away for a single, backward square. He's a very good player, and in particular off spin. So I'm a bit surprised to see this. But his wicket would be very important for the Stars. And Avi should be providing him with the support and really looking to turn over the strike. Once again, good bit of fielding there in the ring. Vinod Bhaskaran cutting off a single. That's the end of another Rohan Rangaraj over. He's doing it at a brisk pace.
Singapore, let's play.
We're back live. Pramesh Singhania bowling very accurately.
And I think Kshitij would be well advised to play the ball in front of the wicket, present the full face of the bat, rather than those cute little tucks to third man.
That's an educated inside edge. Right now the Stars would take it.
Was it the googly chamal? I'm waiting to see the one that goes the other way.
Yeah, that's sort of a carom ball that he bowls out of the front of his hand. And with his height, really seems to skid off the surface. Seems to have good control of that delivery. Tapped away to short third man for a quick single there. Yeah, I think this is the way to go about it. He has to rotate the strike. I'm surprised I haven't seen a message from the pavilion. He's the senior player, he's a national player, and he's facing an under-17 bowler. I mean, and it's not bowling really threatening deliveries, but he's just keeping it accurate. But you should be able to pluck the gaps and look for those singles. Right, Pramesh to Avi Dixit. Once again, straight to backward point. Rohan Rangaraj seems to be patrolling that area. Tucked away to deep mid wicket for a single.
By way of variation, I think that was the slightly quickish delivery by the leg spinner.
Spot on way. The boundaries seem to have dried up, unless for the educated edges. Once again, punted down to long on for a single.
Yeah, I think it's been a long time since we saw an authentic shot off the bat. It's largely been edges and little bit of touches here and there for the ones and twos, but we haven't seen a boundary with authority in a long, long time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of defending and playing and missing. Be nice to see a single with authority. Rohan Rangaraj continues from the Serangoon Road end. He's done a great job for his captain. He's brisk through his overs. Oh dear. There seemed to have been some mix-up there. Had the wicket-keeper got in a direct hit, it would have been curtains for Shinde.
And I think the first real loose delivery by Rohan, and I think Kshitij would be disappointed at missing out. That was a full toss.
Yeah, he seems to have gone into a shell. Once again, a little tap into the offside and a misfield there. Otherwise, it would have been tight. That's what happens when you sort of get into a shell and keep defending. Even the loose balls, you tend to miss out. This is good bowling by Rohan. He seems to be content by darting them in, not really looking to turn them. There you go. Avi Dixit strikes it over the cover ring for a single to sweeper. That's a very good shot. Going down the leg side, Shinde helps it along to deep fine leg for 4. That should ease the pressure a little bit.
A welcome boundary for the Stars.
Here we go. Tucked away to backward square leg by Sitish for a single. The Stars are 96 for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 15 overs.
So Jamal, 96 of 6. We spoke about 100 by the 15th. They're pretty much there. So I think 5 overs left would mean 30 balls. And if they can somehow get to 140, 150, despite all these wickets that they've lost, it could be a reasonably fighting total. Give them a fighting chance.
Yes, with the bowling firepower that the Stars possess, that would be definitely a fighting total. They would be disappointed if they don't get there with the start that they did have. But all depends on this partnership. Pramesh Singhavi doing a good job for his captain here. Sitij would be disappointed. He missed out on that one. There we go. Punched away to long off. Vinod Bhaskaran sends it back. Avi Dixit on strike here. Pramesh going round the wicket. The slip seemed to have disappeared. And it goes past for slip, down to deep third man, despite a valiant effort by Tafara Chingwara. 4 more.
And we're seeing again just how quick the outfield is. There was a flighted ball by the leg spinner. There was an outside edge, but the ball traveled much faster than we thought it would.
No chance for the fielder. Stars reached the 100 mark. And that's a very good shot. Be looking for 2. Fielded there, deep extra cover. Chetan Suryavanshi doing the patrolling of the deep extra cover boundary. That's a good delivery to finish the over off. Yeah, the Crimson's batting would definitely be strengthened by the inclusion of Chetan, very experienced player, captain of the Singapore national side, a good fighter.
And I think the Stars got to tell themselves at this stage not to try and give too many dot balls. If you can't hit 4s and 6s, at the very least, try and get a single or 2. A dot ball in the 16th over is not really what they want at this stage.
Spot on, Moy. I think we might be told that it's easier playing from the com box, but really, I mean, looking at the bowling, there has been no reason why they couldn't have picked up more singles. They played far too many dot balls between the 10th and the 15th over. Crimson's going for the kill here, bringing in their striker Tafara Chingwara from the Serangoon Road end. He'll be bowling to Sitij. They'll be looking for his wicket. Played away for a single there. Brings Avi Dixit on strike. Let's see what is the length that Tafara Chingwara is going to be bowling in his second spell. The slightly older ball, and also bowling to the tail, or to the lower middle order, I should say.
So Chingwara's got to watch it when he's bowling to the left-hander, because he can't afford to stray on to the leg side too much. I don't think he has a fine leg, at least we can't see one from here.
Yeah, it's almost like a wide, long leg fielder. There's a deep square leg, mid-wicket and a mid-on. It's a backward point, cover and a long off. That seems to have gone through him. Yeah, at this point I wouldn't even mind bringing the mid-off up, because Avi Dixit does not seem to be middling it. He might be just looking to get a single and get Shinde back on strike. And the Crimsons should not allow him that easy single. As we speak, the mid-off has come up. Mid-on has come up. Oh dear, that was very close. Kerabo Motlanka, skipper of the Crimsons today, would be disappointed. It would have been curtains for Avi Dixit had that hit. From a Stars perspective, they'll be happy that Shinde is back on strike.
And finally, the batsmen will have some pace to try and hit the ball harder. So far, they've had very little pace to work around the ball with. Chingwara gives it a bit of speed.
Guided to deep third man from off the stumps. was a good late cut. But at this stage, the Crimsons wouldn't mind the singles. We are well into the business end of this innings, and the Stars would be ruining the fact that they lost 6 wickets. They don't have any specialist batsmen out there to support Sitij with.
And they need 1 or 2 big overs now.
Tafara Chingwara there, conceding a single off his own bowling. Be a good over. End of 17. Stars are 107 for the loss of 6 wickets with 3 overs remaining.
So Jamal getting to 150 of the next 18 balls looks big ask.
If they get to 150 in the next 3 overs, the Stars would be delighted. And it would have required Shinde to play a special innings. He's capable of it. Let's see how it goes. It seems to be another spinner being brought in. It looks like Vinod Bhaskaran is given the duties from the Balestier Road end to bowl at the depth. See how he goes.
And I think the Stars should take a chance against this bowler and try and get a 15 or 18 run over. I think they should be aiming for the boundaries now, before it's too late.
He'll be bowling to Avi Dixit. I tell you what, Vinod Bhaskaran is not the easiest customer to get away. Played a few times against him. Or I should say I've played and missed a few times against him. Good intent shown there by young Avi Dixit. Punches it to long on for a single. More importantly, he's managed to get off strike the very first ball. Right, Shinde scanning the field placings, having a look at deep backward square leg. Seems to be a fielded being dispatched to deep mid wicket. So there's a wide long on, a deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square leg, and a 45 on the leg side. Sweeper and a long off on the off side. Sitij Shinde pumps it down to long off. Look to play inside out. Vinod Bhaskaran up to the task, slowed it down a little bit.
Kshitij backing off and trying to clear the cover fielder who's inside the 30-yard circle. That's where the gap is, but still not able to find the boundary.
That's a very poor bit of fielding. Vinod Bhaskaran and the Crimsons will be very disappointing. Very disappointed.
But that was beautifully timed, and what the bowler did was give the batsman pace to work with, unlike the leg spin bowler and Rohan before. He's not giving the ball air. That makes it a bit easier for the batsman.
Yeah, Manoj Yadav there, contributing to the Stars' cause by donating 3 runs at long off. Once again, good shot. Avi Dixit punches it to long off. This time, Yadav makes sure he's got the entire body mass behind that delivery.
Yeah, but Dixit looks like a good-looking player on the offside. Nice, crisp drives along the ground. But really what they need is a few over the top.
Once again, tucked away to deep square leg. Yes, and Vinod Bhaskaran has gone through his over. Apart from that boundary gifted, I think it was a very tight over still. We're down to the last 2 overs. Avi Dixit 17 off 21, showing his top order batsman how it should have been done. Sithij Shinde 41 or 43, he'd be looking to accelerate.
I think credit to Kshitij for keeping his head on his shoulders and showing maturity. And that's what experience is for you.
And he hasn't had much support from other batsmen. So he has no choice but to stay till very late before he accelerates. Right, Tafara Chingwara here. He'll be looking for a breakthrough.
What a shot.
That's a magnificent shot, backward of point, carved away for 4. Shinde now really opening up. And Tafara's pace will be contributing to the Stars' effort. I thought he'll be looking to be bowling a few Yorkers rather than giving the room to free the arms for the batsman. But Tafara seems to be having other ideas. Once again, full, driven down to long on.
And I thought, Jamal, that was the attempt to put the ball in the block hole, which is what he should be doing. Kshitij did well to dig it out.
Absolutely. 5 runs off the first 2 balls. Brings young Avi Dixit on strike. Struck away to deep mid wicket for 2.
And this has been a good over for the SG Stars.
7 runs off the first 3 balls. More importantly, it's been a good partnership. At one point, did not look like they were going to get many when they were 6 wickets down pretty early. It's a 48-run partnership already between these two, or 41 deliveries.
And I think 140 looks gettable at this stage because they still have 9 deliveries to go.
Absolutely. Fine leg seems to be coming into the circle. And Avi Dixit has found the man at long on. Kenneth Weisfer there, coming around and taking a smart catch. Made it look easy.
Yeah, I don't think Dixit had a choice but to go for it. Did well, unfortunately didn't get hold of the ball well enough to clear the boundary and holding out to long on.
Yeah, in comparison to some of his more illustrious teammates, I'm really pleased with the way young Avi Dixit batted. Showed character, and he really had to go for the runs at this moment. Now it looks like the Botswana international, Aditya Rangraj, coming out to bat. He can hit a few long balls, but he'll be looking to get Shinde on strike. Tafara Chingwara seems to be pleased with another wicket. Aditya Rangaswamy will be looking and learning how this wicket behaves for when he has to bowl second on it. He bowls off the wrong foot, like a Sohail Tanvir action, but he hits the batsman at a fair pace. Right, Tafara here to continue from the Serangoon Road end. 2 balls left. The batsman did cross over while the ball was in the air, so Shinde will be on strike. It's on 46 of 45 deliveries. Oh, that's good pace, backing away, trying to glide it down. Beaten dot ball. I think he was trying to guide it past the third man fielder who's up in the ring. Be disappointed, didn't get a touch on it.
You're right, Chamal. Even if he gets an edge, it's going to race away.
Scampers through for a single to retain the strike for the last over. So I guess it's smart batting. SG Stars 123 for the loss of 7 wickets. And we are going to be joining for the last over. 20 extras. The Crimsons would not be pleased with that. But that partnership between Kshitij Shinde and Avi Dixit has really given the Stars the hope of a decent total.
Yeah, I think Kshitij giving the total a bit of respectability, getting it to 123 at this stage. Let's see how it all ends up.
Vinod Bhaskaran be bowling the last over. It's interesting, the spinner. Smashed down to long on. And the Crimsons seem to have picked up the importance of having a quick fielder down here at the short long on boundary. And the captain himself has positioned himself down at the boundary. Reverse swept there, first ball for a single. Rangaswamy doesn't seem to be dive-wandering. First ball, pulls out the reverse sweep. Great confidence.
I think he saw the gap there.
That's a great shot and a great catch. Rohan Rangaraj fielding at long off. Brilliant catch there. That was struck firmly. He made it look easy. It's a top fielder. Leaped up in there, perfectly timing the jump. Pouched that catch. Shinde would be disappointed not to finish the innings off, but he's done a job for his team with his 48 runs. And he's perished while he was going for the runs.
And that was beautifully struck by Kshitij. Just a great bit of fielding by Rohan Rangaraj. What a cricketer this young man is.
Yes, and good presence of mind by the skipper to have two quick fielders out long off and long on the short straight boundaries. And Rohan Rangaraj made it look easy. Trust me, it was not. That ball was travelling. Yusuf Aslam is the new man in. It's a great last over so far. Vinod Bhaskaran giving nothing away. In his fourth over, just conceding 15 runs, picking up the crucial wicket of Kshitij Shinde. He's bowled him. Vinod Bhaskaran, too good for Yusuf there.
I think the Crimsons will be delighted with his effort. 125 for 9 in 19.5. And I think the batters from the Crimson side, their eyes must be lighting up now. I think it's a very, very gettable total, but you never know. It's 2020 cricket. Anything can happen if they lose a few early wickets.
Spot on, Mo. I think the Crimsons will be very pleased having restricted the Stars batting lineup that contain two centurions in the form of Arjun Muteja and Aditya Malik, two players in form in this tournament in the 50-over leg. But as we said, it's a new day, a new match, anything can happen. Young Ahan Asher, a very good left-arm orthodox bowler himself. is in to face his counterpart from the Crimsons, Vinod Bhaskaran. It's been deadly accurate. Irrespective of the outcome of this delivery, he's bowled a great spell.
I think each of the bowlers from the Crimson side has done a tremendous job.
Now their batting unit will have to stand up, because the bowlers have put them in a winning position. Smashed out of the park for 6. The first ball he faced. Like
Where
I
was
said,
this guy all this while?
Oh, was it Aditya Rangaswamy? Yes, I think it was Aditya Rangaswamy. Or was it Ahanacha who walked? Ahanacha. Yes, it was Ahanacha who faced that. Straight away, first ball for 6. Good thing I said, Bhaskaran's figures were excellent, irrespective of what happens in the last ball. It still is. I think they'll be very pleased with that. But it's a good competitive total, 131. We'll be in for a fantastic chase.
Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play.
Singapore, let's play! Right, we are back live for the Crimson's innings. Looks like Carabao Matlanka, the stand-in captain, Botswana international, taking guard. And Hosnain Shah has the new ball in hand to start proceedings from the Balestier end for the Stars. There's a slip in. It's a short fine leg. We are about to get underway. Tucked away for a single. Backward square leg there. Carabao straight away off the mark. I had a little opportunity to speak to him the other day, and he was working in the nets, and he was looking at this particular shot to get it off his hips to that vacant backward square leg area. First ball seemed to have nailed it. Rohan Rangaraj. Bowls it wide. It's gone down for 4 byes. Kontina Santosh there behind the stumps. Seemed to have got some late swing away from him. Goes through in between first slip and the keeper.
Not the kind of start that Shah would have wanted, because this is going to be tricky, Jamal. It's just 125 that they're chasing. And unless the Stars get wickets quickly, there's no other way of winning this game. There's no point in trying to keep the runs down, because 20 overs, it's 120 balls and 125 to get. And unless and until they get quick wickets early on, there's very little chance of them pulling it off.
Spot on, Mo. I think the Stars would be looking for 10 wickets. And the Crimsons, 127 more runs. There seems to be some late swing. That's a very good delivery. And at the pace of Hosnain Shah, I wouldn't even mind seeing a second slip or the first slip actually standing a bit more closer to the wicket keeper. And as we speak, a second slip has been inserted at a third slip position, and the first slip has gone in a bit closer. This is good thinking, good captaincy. Reza Ghaznavi looking for wickets. Seems to be getting a third slip in there. And he's letting Rohan Rangaraj know. Oh no. It's a switch of personnel. Making sure he has the right men in the right position. Siddhant Singh back in the covers. 2 slips. Much better field. Good pace. Rohan Rangaraj letting that one go. Mo, I think it's important that these 2 batsmen do allow themselves a little bit of time to get settled in.
You're right, Chaman, and they can afford to do that, because it's not a big total they're chasing. They can afford to play themselves in a little bit and take their triumph and then chase this total down.
That's going to be signaled wide. And I think that's a fair call because that one went sailing well above the head of Rohan Rangaraj. And you will find this discussion only going one way. It is a wide.
I don't know what Shah was all about there, because that was short and really wide. I don't know what he was protesting about.
And the umpire signaling one for the over.
That's another one.
Yes.
Big wide.
There seems to be some decent outswing on offer here. And Hosnain Shah is still not pleased about the previous wide call. To be fair, unless Rohan Rangaraj was 6 feet 8, that was a wide.
Yeah, he's getting nice shape on the ball. He's able to move it in the air and off the wicket. He needs to get his line right because he's got the attacking fielders in place.
At the end of the first over, 7 for the loss of no wicket.
I was a little surprised the last one wasn't called a wide.
Yeah, it seemed to have got a bit of movement after it passed the batsman. This is interesting. Reza going in for the spin with the second over itself. Yusuf Aslam, an off spinner. Maybe because there's a left-hander batting.
And I like the idea, Jamal, because the issue with batsmen today, right now on this ground, is that if they get pace to work with, they're able to get the runs. Lack of pace is the issue, and I think it's a good move to bring in the spinner.
Yes. It's Rohan Rangaraj, the right-hander on strike at the moment. Yusuf is not shy of giving the ball a good tweak. And with the new ball, the batsman might end up playing for the spin, which is non-existent. A little bit of kick off the surface. I would like to see a slip in there.
Absolutely.
Tucked away around the corner there to backward square leg for a single. It's important for Yusuf to get into the right pace on this wicket straight away. And now he has a chance to bowl to that left-hander, so it might have even been deliberate to give a single to the right-hander and get him off strike. And the slip seems to be there immediately. Arjun Muteja, good pair of hands.
And this should be interesting, Jamal. Off-break bowler, left-hander batting, slip in place. These guys need wickets for sure. That's the only way they can make a match out of this one.
Yeah. Single played away to the covers. Karabu Matlanka rotating the strike. He should be actually on 2 because he did get off the mark the very first ball he faced.
The ball is new right now. The bowler won't get much turn. The batsmen know pretty much what to expect, and the bowler is pushing them through. Maybe he should be flighting it up a little bit more and giving it a bit more air.
Spot on. And there you see, the moment he throws it up a little bit, it grips on the surface and assists him with a bit of turn. Once again, played into the covers for a single. Yusuf Aslam bowling a bit faster for my liking. He seems to be helping the batsman in that case. It's a deep mid-wicket and a long off. The two fielders patrolling the boundary. And that is definitely a wide. It's a Good thing that Gontina Santosh got a hand to it. Rohan Rangaraj scampering through for a non-existent single, turned down by Karabo, manages to get back safely. There we go, once again. Neatly tucked into the leg side for a single.
And the way the Crimsons have started, it's so much in contrast with the way the Stars started their innings. They had a flurry of wickets going down. And these guys know exactly what they're doing. It's too early to say, but I think it's a pretty solid start.
Yes, it does help when you know what is the total you're chasing. But having said that, these two batsmen seem to be approaching this chase very sensibly. Hosnain Shah back on from the Balestier Road end. Stars would ideally like for him to pick up a few early wickets for them. And in order to do that, I think it would be more interesting if he pitches it slightly full. That's a great delivery.
That's the ball the left-hander needs to watch out for, because Shah has the ability to curve the ball into him, and if he can get that line right and get a bit of movement, I think it could be not as easy as the left-hander thinks.
Yes, I think what was nice to see was he was bowling away swingers to the right-hander, and he seems to be bowling away swingers to the left-hander too, so that's good skill. This time down the leg side,
Too many runs.
4 leg buys. That was not guided well. Hosnain Shah needs to find his radar rather quickly.
And the Crimsons have got off to a very good start.
Yes, 106 runs required of 112 deliveries or thereabouts.
Well bowled.
That was quick. Was through Karabo before he got the willow down on it. I wonder whether it might be even a good ploy for Hosnain Shah to go around the wicket.
Yeah, he's got to try different things for sure, because these guys need wickets, and they need wickets desperately.
Tucked him up there for room. Karabo manages to get it away for a single. The square leg boundary. The fielding completed by short fine leg there, running around to short square leg. The crowd is certainly building up here at IA. The beer seems to be flowing. Cricket fraternity dropping by to watch some excellent fast bowling under lights. Good cricket, good chase, good game on.
And you can see, Jamal, that Hosnain has potential as a bowler. I mean, he has the ability to move the ball. He hurries the batsman up. He just needs to get his rhythm and line right.
Yes. He has great skills. This one he brought it back into Rohan Rangaraj, who played it rather well, getting in behind. Doing a little bit of gardening there. Crimsons would be delighted with this start and would want these two batsmen to continue.
The more I see of Rohan Rangaraj on the cricket field, the more I'm impressed by him. Great bit of bowling, fantastic fielding. And now batting with a lot of maturity, but that was quick. Took his eyes off and really hurried him up there.
I tell you what, Rohan Rangaraj looked like a rabbit caught in the headlights. That was quick. It's just a quick check of the headgear to make sure everything is in order. Hosnain Shah really releasing that one. End of 3 overs, Crimsons 18 for the loss of no wickets. This is great action, and I'm really happy that I'm in the com box and not facing that.
I think new ball bowlers from both sides have been very, very impressive. I'm not a big expert on wickets, Jamal, but all I can see is that there's no grass whatsoever on the track. Can't be easy for a fast bowler. But both the new ball bowlers from both sides have actually hurried batsmen, have actually been able to get lift from this track. It tells you a bit about their skill, strength, power, and their overall ability.
Yes, both of them are experienced bowlers and they are hit the deck bowlers. So while conditioning is important, also the style of bowling is important. On a wicket such as this, which is similar to an old Sharjah wicket, it's really important that you come and bowl the ball into the deck. And that's what Husnain Shah has been doing expertly. And also Tafara Chingwara for the Crimsons. Yusuf Aslam to continue from the Palace Serangoon Road end. He'll be bowling to Rohan Rangaraj, who seemed to have had a replacement of headgear.
And what the Crimsons have not done well is, out of the 18 runs on the board, only 6 have come off the bat.
I tell you, when they're facing a bowler like Husnain Shah, I'd take any runs. Now they seem to have plugged that gap at backward square leg. Yusuf Aslam bowling slightly quicker to my liking. So very good single. Stolen there almost. Sithij Shinde lurking at short mid-wicket. Slightly on his heels there.
And this is the tricky part, Jamal. They need wickets, yet they can't give away too many runs. That's the problem with defending a score as low as this. They can't afford to have too many fielders in attacking positions, and they got to plug the gaps as well. But I think these two batsmen are going about it with a sound head.
Yes, and the extras have really helped. I think the Stars can start by bowling on one side of the wicket, would help the captain to set a field, build some pressure through dot balls. Punched there to mid-on. Safely fielded. It's a dot ball. That's a direct hit. As a massive appeal. Karabo Matlanka seems to have made the ground, but there are a lot of yellow jerseys surrounding the umpire who seem to think otherwise.
They were pleading for that wicket, but I thought the batsman was well and truly home.
He looked in. The umpire too was in a good position to make a call on that run out. Certainly better than from where we are.
Credit to the umpire, because these days I suspect umpires tend to give direct hits out. 99 out of 100 times direct hits get you a wicket.
It's a good bit of fielding though. Aditya Rangaswamy from short fine leg, throwing down the stumps at the bowler's end. Once again, another run, glided to backward point. These two batsmen are playing it smartly, collecting the singles on offer and keeping the run rate under control. Stars would need a wicket right here. Oh, that's a poor bit of fielding. Confusion between the two fielders, resulting in 2 extra runs. What should have been a single resulted in 3 runs. Into the 4th over, Crimsons are 25 for the loss of no wickets. 13 extras.
The Crimsons coasting along nicely, and you can see the pressure build up on the Stars now, the body language, the way they begged for that run out. They need a wicket really badly now, and I wonder where it's going to come from.
Seems to be like they're going to go to young Ahan Asher, who had a really good outing in the last 50-over game, collected 4 scalps. But this is a new day, a new game, and these 2 batsmen are now rather settled. Let's see how he bowls.
I don't think it's a bad move, Jamal, because Asher got a 6 of the only ball he faced when the Crimsons were batting, and his confidence would be high now. So I would back him to do something here.
Yeah, it might be his day. He's a young, confident cricketer. He backs it up with good, consistent performances, and he has a good head on his shoulders. Be interesting to see what field they come up with. Still seems to be no slip. That's an interesting position for the non-striker to be standing in, on the same side as the bowler bowling. Oh. He's foxed us and gone through.
And I think Jamal will be eyeing, the left-hander will be eyeing the gap over mid-off. I think that's vast, unpopulated area. And he's looking to come down the track to the left-hander.
Karabo Motlanka once again scampering through for a single. Yeah, Hanacha there going left arm through. He's got his boundary riders earlier at long on and deep mid wicket, so that was the reason for that. Now he's going to be bowling to the right-hander. Seems to be having once again a long on and a long off, because we are still within the power play overs. Rohan Rangaraj sends it into the Indian Association night skies for a 6. Fantastic shot. Picked it up off the stumps, slog swept it over deep mid wicket. Great shot.
I think Rohan has stamped his presence on the game already. Bowled well, fielded superbly, and here he is hitting such an authentic shot, down on one knee, high over mid wicket for 6. And more importantly, giving a great start to the Crimsons.
This is very, very intelligent batting. Straight away rotating the single.
Sign of a cricketer with a mature head on his shoulders. He got a 6 of the first ball, a single of the next. Not getting carried away, not getting too excited. Very impressed, Jamal.
This will augur well for Singapore cricket, with the youngsters standing up. That's a good delivery. Karabo Motlanka would feel he missed out on it.
And as we speak, the score has crept up to 33 without loss. Slipping away fast from the Stars.
This is great running between the wickets. An excellent understanding demonstrated between these 2 batsmen. Nice early calling. The youngsters watching on this live telecast, these are the things to pick up on. Crimsons, 34 for the loss of no wickets at the end of 5 overs.
I thought, Chamal, you said there was an international bowler in the Singapore Stars team. What happened? Where is he?
Yep, the Botswanian, Rohan Rangaswamy. Sorry, Aditya Rangaswamy. I'll be really interested to see when they bring him in, because he bowls off the wrong foot and he hits the bat harder than you think. And on this surface, defending 133, be interesting to see when the captain decides to employ him. Yusuf Aslam has sent that one down the leg side for 5 wides. The captain seemed to have a lot of faith in this youngster, giving him the early nod to bowl these crucial overs at the beginning. But it's important to understand and make those changes once the bowler is not delivering. But it could all change with the wicket here. And he's gone. Yusuf Aslam strikes. Isn't this game of cricket such a wonderful, wonderful game? It has all changed with the wicket.
He was operating from around the wicket. The left-hander, the angle was taking the ball straight onto the stumps. The minute the ball hit the pads, there was only one result.
Karabu Motlanka out for 9. You'd be disappointed. Prasheen Param walks out to the middle. Another youngster who's come up through the age cricketing groups, the academies, and the Singapore system of development. Young, elegant right-hand batsman. Let's see how he goes about this business. They also have the experienced Chetan Suryavanshi still in the hut. That should give these youngsters a confidence. 2 young players on display. Future of Singapore. Another youngster bowling. What a platform and ecosystem for them to showcase their talents and grab this opportunity. I'm excited.
39 for 1. And you said it very well, Jamal. A couple of wickets even now, and we could have a game on our hands all of a sudden.
It's not easy for the new batsman coming in. 2-3 quick overs from the spinners, dot balls, anything could happen. We got a game on our hands here. I think what gave that away was the wicket keeper heading down the leg side. Gontina Santosh would learn to stay behind the stumps. The umpire signals wide, rather late, but I think that's a fair call. Better late than never. That's a very good delivery. Prasheen Param not moving his feet much, almost paying the price.
Not the first time we've seen the ball keep low at that end of the wicket.
Yusuf would feel very unlucky as that takes the pad, beats everybody, heads down to the boundary for 4-leg byes. It's also interesting to see Yusuf's grip on the ball. On certain deliveries, he seemed to hold it with the thumb on the ball to impart some undercut, so the ball would hit the face instead of the seam and then would skid through.
And he's clearly got the batsman in trouble.
Almost chopping it on again. Prasheen Param looks all out at sea. The first 4 balls he has faced thus far. He's a good cricketer. He's still out there. There's a contest.
You just get the sense something's going to happen with Yusuf bowling. He's looked like taking a wicket every time he's bowled.
Once again, tucked away. Arjun Mutreja. Just the clearing up. Oh, sorry, that's Aditya Rangaswamy there. 44 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 6 overs. The game is in a quite balanced position at the moment. Neither team having a clear advantage, but the Crimsons would feel their noses are slightly in front. But a wicket here could change everything.
I think the Stars need Rohan Rangarajan out of the way as soon as possible, because he's played very confidently and not looked in any trouble whatsoever.
And he seems to be able to get that boundary to release the pressure when it's required. That's signs of a good batsman. Well fielded there at backward point. Saved 4 runs for his team. Looks like young Yusuf Aslam there, fielding at backward point. He's a very good fielder himself. This time he finds the gap. The ball is speeding away to the backward point fence. 4 runs.
And hallmark of a really good player. The last time he found a fielder, this time round, pretty similar ball, pretty similar length. This time he found the gap beautifully.
Yeah, the Stars bowlers have been guilty of bowling the pressure release balls too often. That's a much better delivery. Ahanacha correcting his radar, keeping it tight on the stumps.
I think the SG Stars, when they batted, were pretty much around the same score when they batted, except that they had lost 4 wickets at that stage. And that's the big advantage that the Crimsons have.
Spot on, Mo. Makes a huge difference. Ahanacha here now, pulling back after conceding that boundary. Rohan Rangaraj almost setting off on a non-existent single. Prasheen Param calling nice and early, saying, mate, there's no run there.
I think, Jamal, in the context of the game, this over will be very crucial because Yusuf has looked like taking a wicket, and the batsman at the other end, Prasheen Param, has not looked comfortable at all. So you almost get the sense that something could give in this over. If Yusuf can pick up a wicket, it'll be a huge plus for the Crimsons. But I think what they're doing is pressing their international bowler into action.
Yes, they're bringing in Aditya Rangaswamy from the Serangoon Road end. But yeah, I would have liked to see another over from Yusuf. He seemed to be getting into the rhythm and getting Prasheen Param in some spot of bother. And also, spin seems to be the key on this wicket. But let's see. Aditya Rangaswamy, he's in the team to do a job with the ball, and his captain has called on him to do that. And there seems to be an animated discussion on the sidelines between the spectators. They seem to think that Yusuf Aslam should have bowled one more over 2. fine adjustments to deep fine leg, deep third man happening at the moment.
Pretty much a defensive field, no slip in place, but it's not easy.
That's a magnificent delivery.
He's quick, hit the gloves hard.
Yep, he's much quicker than he looks. Hits the bat splice or the keeper's gloves with a bit of heat on it. I would like to see a slip in. Prasheen Param new to the crease. Aditya Rangaraj employs that slip as we speak. This is a good move, good captaincy, good thinking by the bowler. That got to Prasheen Param faster than he expected. Seemed to have delivered a blow to his helmet.
I dare say he's been the quickest of the lot of all the fast bowlers we've seen today. That's a slow one.
Good change of pace. A little leg cutter ball there. Yes, I think it's vital that the Stars look for wickets here. And I wouldn't even mind seeing a short leg under the helmet. Really pushing the case. Signal wide, but that was once again a quick short delivery. The ump also says one for the over. Prasheen Param would be glad that it is signalled one for the over.
But it's also a lot of wasted effort by the bowler. And they need wickets. They're not only giving away needless runs, he's wasting a lot of energy in digging it so short.
I think he's trying to set him up. This might be the full one on the stumps. Prasheen Param flicks it away off his pads. It's a good shot. Not the best bit of bowling. I thought he would want to be setting him up on the back foot and then try to ping him in front of the stumps or bowl a Yorker. He was going for it, but he seems to have missed his spot, and Prasheen Param makes him pay. Good flick.
And I think that is a breakout shot for Prasheen. He was all at sea so far, but he got one on the slot in the slot and helped it along nicely. Again, too quick for him.
Yeah, this is when you need to have your field positioned to convert that result. He's been hurrying Prasheen up with the short ball, so it would be better to have that mid-wicket at square leg near the umpire. But then again, let's see how it goes. Prasheen swings his bat at that. Seems to have hit a little 9-9 chip shot over the covers for 2. Oh, single. End of 8 overs, Crimson's 56 for the loss of 1 wicket.
And I think, Chamal, when you're defending a score like 125, the minute the batting side gets into the 80s, I think psychologically the opposition, the body language changes completely because they know that they are nearing the target. I think they need wickets between now and the time the batting side touches 80. They need 2 or 3 before they get into the 80s.
Yes, 1 wicket would lead to another. Seems to be another bowling change. Arjun Mutreja, another off-spinner, coming into the action from the Balestier Road end. He too plays his cricket here at the IA grounds.
And I have a feeling Arjun Mutreja's over and whoever else bowls next to him, that would be the key. If these guys bowl loosely and let the batting side get away, I think the match is over.
Short and wide, cut away to the backward point fence.
A bit of a gift by Arjun.
Yes, this was really an experiment, I guess. It's not really a frontline bowler, but that was a poor delivery. Prashin Param capitalizes. It's important to keep the pressure on here because it's almost run a ball. If you bowl a few dot balls, collect a wicket, anything could happen. It's important that the Stars keep it tight at the moment at the very least.
I think he was very lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, Prashin would be disappointed. That was a Chinese New Year gift. Captain Reza Ghaznavi straight away up to his bowler and saying to him, mate, I need you to bowl right arm over the wicket. Decent. That's not really the sharpest bit of fielding by Siddhant Singh. Got a bit of bad bounce. This is smart batting. Rohan Rangaraj doing exactly what the doctor has ordered for the Crimsons. Hitting his markers, punching the singles. Once again, cut away to sweeper for a single. Yeah, Crimsons need to consolidate here. Once they're on top, not allow the Stars to get back in. That was a good delivery. Beats Rohan Rangaraj on the inside edge. Yeah, the Crimsons are looking for their first win in this EPS. So they're on top here, just need to keep moving. Pulled away at the last moment there. Rohan Rangaraj dances down the track, punches a single down to long on. At the end of 9 overs, the Crimsons are 65 for the loss of 1 wicket.
And looking well and truly on top.
Yes, it's a nice partnership building. And the set batsman Rohan Rangaraj seems to be batting intelligently, playing solid cricket.
I think Aditya has got to pull something out of the bag and deliver. I don't think these guys have a chance unless they get 2 or 3 very quick wickets within the next 10 to 15 runs.
Yes, there's no point intimidating without getting wickets. Hurried him once again.
I still think he's bowling way too short, Chamar.
Is becoming a bit predictable. I don't mind that short delivery as long as he's trying to set him up with a follow-up ball, or having the fields in a position where he can catch that top edge. I think Siddhant, or is that Aditya Malik, got a hand to it. Certainly saved 3 runs for his team. Looks like Aditya Malik there at extra cover. I don't think the skipper will be too pleased with the set of deliveries being sent down here. Needs to have a chat to his bowler, which he has done. Once again, hits the bat. Well and truly before Param knew what was going on. But the result, a single for the Crimsons. The 30-yard fielders also need to be awake to the challenge. They need to be upcutting the single, far too deep at the 30.
And if Aditya is looking to get a wicket, caught at first slip, the ball has to be pitched up and invite the batsman to drive. He's just been bowling way too short to pick up wickets.
That's a good shot there. Rohan Rangaraj camping on his back foot, expecting a short ball. And Aditya Rangaswamy obliging. It's becoming a bit predictable. Anish Param glides it to third man. Right, the Stars need an inspired performance here. Maybe the ball needs to be thrown back to Snain Shah to charge in and bowl a fiery over where he picks up a couple of quick wickets. Otherwise, slowly drifting away. He's bowled him as we speak, and there's a no ball being signalled. It's all happening. I tell you what. Aditya Rangaswamy is not having a good time out there. Very unlucky.
We noticed, Jamal, the ball hit that spot from where it's consistently been keeping low. And at that pace, almost impossible for the batsman to get bat to ball.
Yeah, jacked away as well a little bit. Hit the top of off. But since the it's a good delivery, the free hit ball. It's another closer look at the replay. Well, we can't really see the front foot crease from here. But he'd be disappointed with that. SG Crimson, 72 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 10 overs. We are now moving into the back end of their innings. Still good 50 plus runs to play with. So this match is by no means over. But the Stars need to lift their game. The Crimsons just need to keep continuing. 60 off 60. A wicket here could change things. Four runs. Arjun Mutreja drops a gentle half-tracker. And Anish Param seems to enjoy this delivery very much. Pulls it away powerfully for 4. And he says, thanks for lunch.
It looks like the weak link in the bowling attack, Jamal, as we suspected.
Now punches it down. Scampers through for a single. chance for an overthrow, but good bit of backing up there, keeps it down to 1. Yes, I mean, Arjun Mutej is not a regular bowler by any means. I think he might have been thrown in there for a bit of surprise.
That's gone a long way.
And that's been lofted over long off for a 6. Great shot. And the Crimson's batsman smartly realizing which bowler to target, and they're doing this job expertly. Once again, magnificent shot. Rohan Rangaraj dancing down the wicket and depositing Arjun Muteja over long on.
Back-to-back sixes for Rohan, and he has this ability to hit sixes with effortless ease.
That's a very good bit of fielding by Yusuf Aslam at backward point, certainly saving his team 3 runs. Arjun Muteja has conceded 27 runs in the 11 deliveries he's sent down thus far. Might be crucial. That's another single, running the first one hard, looking for 2. Aditya Malik screaming in from deep backward square leg. Or is that young Ahan Archer keeps it down to 1.
And with 91 for 1 of 11, I think, Jamal, it's getting safer and safer to say that the Crimsons should coast through comfortably.
Yeah, the Crimsons are in a very comfortable position. I mean, in T20 cricket, nothing's over till the fat lady sings. But I can hear her clearing her voice in the back of the comm box.
Change of ends for Hussain. Last ditch effort to pull something out of the bag by the Crimsons.
Yes, better now than later. Reza Ghaznavi throwing the ball to his trump card. Wants a wicket, wants it now. The no ball off which Anish was bowled could be very crucial. Yeah, this is definitely not intelligent bowling. It's quick bowling, but not intelligent bowling.
What I fail to understand is, what is Hussain Shah protesting for?
That looked like it was a wide. But what I don't understand is, he would beat Prashin Param for pace on most occasions. Why is he not targeting the timber? It's a good bit of fielding. Single nonetheless. And the umpire seemed to be calling a no ball.
And I think, Jamal, this should be great fun. I've enjoyed watching Rohan bat. He's got runs in the bag now. Confidence is up. Not a lot to chase. We should be able to see some good stroke play now.
Yeah, he should be smart about this and make sure that he bats right through to the end and not throw his wicket away. He backs away and bangs Hussain Shah over his head for a 6.
I think that was a shot of the match. Not easy.
That was a very confident shot. He's got his eye in. Once again, the short ball is becoming very predictable. He was banking on the back foot, made room for himself, swung his arms freely. That's a much better delivery. At his pace, when the batsman is revealing all three stumps, I think his chances are much better if he bowled it straight. That's a better delivery. And also once you bring your main strike bowler on, in this type of situation, you're looking for a wicket, it would be good for you to have a slip in, because at his pace, if you do get an edge, it's good to have that catching fielder there. You are looking for wickets. Tucked away on the leg side to deep square leg. Crimson's trotting along nicely. Stars looking for that elusive wicket.
I think it's beginning to look way too one-sided now, Jamal. 125 is the target, and then 98 for 1. And going by the way these two are batting, looks like they'll take them through all the way.
Yes, I don't want to jinx the batsmen, but they are batting exceptionally well. But they're helped by the bowling as well, I must say. Arjun Muteja conceding 2 big overs, and Husnain Shah here, it's not bowling the correct lengths, I feel. But the Stars really have themselves to blame. They would feel that they were about 20 runs short when they were batting. The overs between the 10th and the 15th, where they conceded around 20 dot balls, that would come back to haunt them. And the sheer number of extras they bowled thus far when defending 131 doesn't make the life easy for a captain.
But you've got to give credit to the Crimsons. I think it's been a really dominating performance.
Absolutely. And it'll be really good for these two young batsmen if they finish the job and not give an opening to the Stars to come into this game and finish strongly. Young Ahan Achar being brought back into the attack as we speak. The Stars are not going to win by restricting. They need to look for wickets. And once again, I would like to see a slip in. That's a much better delivery on this wicket. It's bowling at the right pace. Tucked away, back with a square for a single. Rohan Rangaraj, excellent running. Looking for the second. A half decent return. Might have found him struggling. Good pressure, running the first one hard. Rohan Rangaraj drills it to deep mid-wicket for a single. He would be looking to bat through. And Prashin Param now settling in. Reza Ghaznavi having a chat to his bowler, brings the mid-on in. It's a good bit of commitment there. Saving the side 3 runs. Aditya Rangaswamy, Botswana international, throwing himself to the right. The Crimsons should be looking to finish things off without too much hiccups after this point. This is poor bowling.
You can sense from the body language that they're no longer competing. And I think this young man has batted them out of the match. And if there is a man of the match for this game, I think there's only one winner.
Let's place that to deep mid wicket for a single. Yes, he's batted really well, fielded brilliantly, and bowled equally well. It's a good all-round performance by Rohan Rangaraj. That's a much better delivery. Crimson's 104 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 13 overs.
Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's play. Singapore, let's
Yusuf Aslam continuing the bowling. Punched back by Rohan Rangaraj. These two batsmen would really look to be finishing things off here. Paddled away back with a square. Fielded at short fine leg. Glided away down to short third man for a quick single.
Just 15 runs to get in 6.5 overs from now. They should be coasting through now. Very nicely played indeed. Beautiful shot.
Delicate hands, Prasheen Param. Beautifully controlling that delivery. Playing it down to third man for a 4. The Crimsons are now cantering to victory. Punch down to long off for a single. That's a good bit of fielding there by Ahang Asher. Controlled that uneven bounce. And the end of 14 overs. Crimsons are 115 for the loss of 1 wicket, with 16 runs to get in 42 deliveries. Hold the mic up. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Aditya Rangaswamy getting that ball to jag away off the seam, angling into Prasheen Param and then leaving him at the last minute. Excellent delivery. Seems to be exposing his stumps in anticipation of a short delivery. Aditya Rangaswamy delivers it wide. Good running here. Scampers back for 2.
Yeah, I think the Crimsons have done a great job and the Stars have only themselves to blame. I think they batted like they were in a hurry, went after every single delivery, bowled way too many short balls and gave away too many runs that were extras. There's another example of a ball short and wide and batsman easily helping himself to a run.
Yes, guilty as charged. They certainly haven't been bowling in the right areas nor the right lines. And when they were batting, they lost far too many early wickets and played far too many dot balls. In a 2020 game, that will be punished. Mo, what do you think? Should they bring the field in?
Really, Chamal, I think at this stage, not much point in doing anything different because I think the game is over.
Yes. 119 for 1. The Stars look like they have already conceded. In cricket, you need to keep the game alive. That's a good delivery. Now, where has that delivery been all evening? Good old-fashioned Yorker. Rohan Rangaraj, 57 or 51, really controlled the Crimson's chase and has resulted in getting them into a very comfortable situation. The young man has batted brilliantly.
Absolutely, I think it's the only 50 of the match so far and he really hasn't put a foot wrong.
And the wicket has played beautifully and consistently. And the key thing in this chase was the amount of singles and doubles that the Crimsons got. And also the boundaries when the particular second string bowlers were up. they capitalized on that opportunity. So it was very sensible batting, good chase.
Just 12 runs to get for the Crimsons now. This should be easy from here.
If they make a meal out of it from here, they'll be very disappointed. Once again, single, nicely stolen away to short mid-wicket. This field too allows easy singles to be picked up at will almost. You're only defending 12 more runs, and I really see no point in having that many fielders protecting the boundary. I'll tell you who'll be delighted is Arjun Menon, the coach of the Crimsons. He's been putting in a lot of effort with his boys at training sessions, trying to keep their morale high, and they look like they're going to register their first win. Prasheen Param punches it down, and his innings too has been crucial in this chase. 24 of 27, keeping good company, Rohan Rangarajan. It's really good to see these youngsters putting their hand up, grabbing the opportunity. It's a wonderful platform, the EPS. Good quick running between wickets. That has been the hallmark of the Crimson's chase, whereas the Stars, they were playing far too many dot balls and they dug a real hole for themselves, out of which they could not creep out.
And with the Stars, it was more like you either play a dot ball or you go for the big six. There was nothing in between, while these guys have a lot of things in between, ones and twos. Even now, they're not looking to finish the game in a flourish. Even now, they have the game in the bag. They're taking the ones and twos and coasting through.
Yes, risk-free batting and not allowing the Stars any chance of getting in. Aditya Malik there, fumbling a little bit. Deep extra cover, allowing an extra run. Yeah, the coach of the Stars, Bilal Asad, he'll be pulling his hair out and he'll be letting his team know what the expectations are. That's us in the comm box. Mo and myself. It's been a pleasure bringing this live commentary, working together with you on.
It's been great fun, Chamal, and all your predictions have come true. I think you should be out there in the middle.
I think I've been lucky. Once again, the outside edge. No slip in place, finds its way to the boundary. Crimsons are now within one blow of victory. This is very good batting, Rohan Rangarajan. Take nothing away from him. He's played brilliantly. And he's made sure that one end does not provide an opening. That's a magnificent delivery. This is the length that the Stars bowlers should have been bowling more often, and the result might have been slightly different.
Glimpses of skill shown by these bowlers, but just not consistent enough to pick up wickets that they needed so badly. There you go, another quality ball. But where was it all this while?
Yes, the Stars will be going back to the drawing board after this performance. And I'm sure they'll bounce back in their next outing. And this game's confidence will flow through to the 50-over version as well for the Crimsons. So this will be a very good competition, three-way. Quick single once again. Good bit of fielding there. The direct hit. Reza Ghaznavi at mid-off. But once again, good running between the wickets. Good singles. They've done the gritty fighting and the basics right.
As dominant a performance as I've seen in any 2020 game. And full credit to the Crimsons. They fielded beautifully, they bowled well, they batted superbly.
And it all started with Tafara Chingwara's first over. He looked like he meant business today. Running in hard and hitting the deck hard, getting rid of the Centurions. And now good solid batting performance.
And I remember the first ball of the match was driven through covers for 4. And how quickly the game changed after that.
And that'll be the game. Crimsons have won by 9 wickets. Excellent batting performance here by Rohan Rangaraj. Good support by Prashin Param. The Stars would be looking to come back strongly in the next game. We will see you shortly with the 2 captains.
Play. Singapore, let's play.
Just turn it. Sat by there.
Which one? This one or this one?
This one here. This one here. The guy on top of the roof. Yeah, lights, this one. Rohan Rangaraj.
Where are the match? Quick. We only got 2 seconds. We have near about 12 minutes in this link.
So we can finish off. Okay, then. Yeah. We need to call both the teams. '69. How's a bowled well and took a brilliant catch.
This is dark. From where you want? Right. This is right.
64, huh?
Service.
Ah, yeah. Last 4 was Prashin Param. He's ready. This one. This one's out by. Move back. Okay.
Shall I call both teams?
Ah, Sad bhai.
Bilal bhai. This one is showcase.
The actual one is tomorrow onwards.
We give and gather here, gather here. Yeah, this way, this way. So camera is there. Yeah, camera is there. So you can have in this. Yeah, yeah, crescent there, 180. Stars can be there and crimson's on here. No, no, that's the camera.
All right, okay. Okay, fair enough. Now stay where you are.
Who's giving it away? Anand? It's time for the post-match presentation of the Man of the Match award. It was a great game of cricket between the SG Stars and the SG Crimsons. And the Crimsons came out on top with a very dominant performance, and they're back in this tournament with their first win. And there were some very good performances from both sides. But today's Man of the Match for his brilliant bowling, excellent fielding, and 64 not out, Rohan Rangaraj. I would like to have a word with the captain of the Stars. Tough luck, Reza, today. How did it go?
Yeah, we didn't really get too many runs on the board, and Rohan and Prashin batted very well, so there's nothing much we could have done about it.
How about the bowling? Do you think he was slightly on the shorter side?
Yeah, I think 130 odd was not really defendable, but then again, we brought it back really well. Just 2 overs changed the game when we were batting and when we were bowling.
Tough luck today. Good luck for the next game.
Thank you.
Can I have the captain of the Crimsons? Congratulations, Garibo. Well played today.
Thank you very much.
What was the difference?
The difference today, I think the guys just stuck to the plans a bit more than they did in the first couple of games, and yeah, it showed today.
And real intensity when you were bowling up front. What was the team talk going into the game?
Yeah, that was exactly the team talk, that we've lost a couple of games, so we have nothing to lose. We have 11 players out there when we're fielding, so lift the intensity a little bit. Let's show that we want to win the game, and yeah, we've done it today.
Good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you very much.
There we have it, gentlemen, from the Indian Association. See you for the next game.
Singapore, let's play!